overnight, but we need to progress a little bit each and every year and every opportunity we have. So look for us to have a plan put together in coordination with the Animal Advisory Committee, your comments, and staff. I think we'll have a facility we can be very proud of. Really proud of that adoption rates are going up, euthanization going down. We're headed in the right direction. So I got to commend the PD and the folks out there that are working in animal control right now. They're on the right track. So we're really pleased with that. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Quickly, I'd like to offer the seed for a broader concept, okay? Functionality of design and how it impacts your budget. Every department, meter readers, trash service, have two things, time and mileage. Those are measurable inputs, cost.
Yes.
As you accept what the builders are offering you, it's too late to change it and make it better. Okay? And let me try to illustrate that simply. Here is a 40-acre development, and here's a 40-acre development. Okay, this one is up on a variation of a grid system, onion rings or something. It has primary and secondary streets. It has a flow in and out and connecting to adjoining future developments. It's not an individual shark bite that is a dead end unit. This one, on the other hand, may be a collection of nothing but cul-de-sacs, dead-end streets, basically. And so you have much less flow through this thing. So your time factor to do the meter reading, to do the trash service, may be 15% more to service the same number of houses. You also have an unnecessary delay in emergency service time, trying to find these people. If you make a wrong turn in the cul-de-sac, you've got to come out and start over. So the functional part ties in with the design. And so it may be time to have a seminar with your developers and say, look, folks, no more of this kind of stuff over here. Because if you're only talking about one like this and one like this, you've got a 15% difference in your service cost for whatever department goes in there, trash trucks or whatever. But multiply that times all of the future growth. And we know as the city grows, your budgets are going to have to expand. But this one is, and this one is like that because of the simple difference in the ratio of those two things of time and mileage. And at some point, you may not be able to service the same area for the same number of people, so you need another salary, another vehicle, another set of tires for each of those departments. So how the city is built will affect your operating cost. I mean, that's a kind of a big paintbrush.
I think you're right. Yeah, Dr. Chanot, listening to your comments, I don't think anyone would disagree the functionality of a development really it either works against services or complements services, and we can be smarter. I'm not a planner. I think I know one might look better than another, but we'll see what we can't do there. We have the new opportunity on Wednesdays. It's not new. It's been a couple of years now with the plans review, where anybody can come in and ask the questions about their development, whether it's one home or 100 homes, or a commercial property. And we sit down and we talk about things that must happen, from parking and things like that, landscape ordinance, and walk them through our process. So maybe it's something else if we see that. There was a trend of moving to the rural type of development, leaving things in their natural state, how you locate properties. So I think it's conservation development, I believe is the term. But anyway, thank you for your comments. We'll sure pay attention to that.
The only specific thing that I can throw out for a budget consideration is the city buys water from, WCID?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they're the ones who have the straw in Belton Lake.
Yes, on our behalf.
Okay, on your behalf. So we have zebra mussels in Belton Lake. They're established. And that is going to sneak up on you at some point in the future and be a very unexpected management cost. You might visit with the folks who are in that country who are already dealing with it, to see how it impacts them.
Mr. Atkinson is already tracking any of the management challenges that might be in any of the lakes. But you're right, right now all of our water comes out of Stillhouse. And then here in about 5 years or so, we'll have water that comes out, comes out of Belton. And in 5 years, it'll come out of Stillhouse. I'm sorry, I was backwards. So thank you, sir. Yes, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I talked about water, so I thought about one more. There was an unfunded mandate that came down to us, and it's an important one. It's about the backflow, water backflow fees.
Yes, ma'am.
I built my house in September, moved in 2006, and for a few years it was nice. I had my water sprinkler system and everything was fine. Then a new rule came down.
Yes.
And the only problem with it is you have to find that $50, $60 every year all of a sudden. But there's a long list of people who qualify to be on that list to call. I was thinking, for those folks who don't have a lot of money, maybe there's something the city can give some kind of suggestion about a standard fee, because of the fees range, and you gotta go down that whole list to get one that you can afford. And so I don't know whether the city can do anything about that or not. I got lucky, I $10 less this year.
It is an annual
I
requirement.
want to know what the name is.
It is an annual requirement, and we don't offer the service. There was a program that we had presented about possibly doing that, whether it was a full launch or a pilot program. There is a list, and currently someone such as yourself has to go down there and find the best deal. It's not a fee that we could set, since we don't offer the service. If it was an in-house service, it was just a part of your water bill, and that would be different. You would just pay that, and we would come out annually. But currently, we don't have that program, so I think expanding on that list would be important.
And driving the price down by,
Competition usually does that.
Competition,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
because, that range is really, really wide, and it's frustrating because you get a threat to have your water cut off if you don't have the test done.
Yeah, it is a health safety concern, and so it is a mandatory. It was a mandate, so.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
My name's Pete Hilliard,
Yes, sir.
and I arrived on August 24th, 1929. Down at the centers, I've been serving on the executive board for 4 years. We don't have a janitor. I'm not sure whether the Lions Club has one or not, but they come in occasionally and ask for able-bodied men to help carry something heavy. There are not any able-bodied men left. The women are more able-bodied than the men. But is there any way that we could maybe get a janitor that could take care of Bob Gilmore and Lions Club, say half a day here and half a day there?
Yeah, and I think it's more than probably just custodial services, because there is, because of programs, a tear down setup of rooms and things like that, and it becomes difficult at times. We've consolidated custodial services for the most part, except for a conference center, the Killeen Arts and Activity Center, and possibly out at Park still has. Stu McLennan, our Director of Sports Services, has that custodial services under his purview. He's looked at schedules. We continue to refine, but to know that really programming determines that. So if we communicate better internally amongst ourselves, we could probably come out there. It helps probably all the way. Whether it's a custodian or maybe in some other area, somebody from Parks and Rec or any of the support services could probably go out and assist. We'll be better as far as communicating on the major needs that are out there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Anybody else? Well, I really appreciate your time. We were here an hour, biggest turnout, okay, in a long time. And that really is encouraging to us as a staff. And I'll also express that to council. Ms. Blackstone is here, our mayor pro tem, has been sitting in the back the entire time and is listening very closely. So I know that she'll hold us to our commitment. But I tell you what I'm really proud about. We have a number of staff members here. We have 9 executive directors, our department heads, and support staff. Mr. Kanya, he is over water utilities. He presented the backflow program, so he is all ears, and probably will rally the troops a little bit. Also, solid waste services. Mr. Claycorn is here. Just a really good turnout. I really appreciate staff being here. It means a lot to me to have that kind of support here, and to know that that's where the services come from. They originate right here. So they're all ears and always looking to improve. Thank y'all for being here, and I'd encourage you to come back to some of the public hearings that the council will have. Those will be advertised. Budget delivery is July the 8th, and it becomes council's. Thank y'all very much.